know what? The Dallas Cowboys find back-to-back years in practice, and according to Jerry Jones, he is literally saying that they were too physical, according to the NFL, and this is from Jerry Jones. So the Cowboys are fined now $100,000 as it relates to being too physical in practice, and this could be the reason why. They said, you know what, let's just pack up everything and let's see you guys out there in Oxnard. And I don't blame it, because we do know that one thing that the NFL love to nitpick on the Cowboys, and I get it, right? A lot of people were angry and upset, but there's always levels to this thing. And I truly believe that Jerry Jones got fed up and said, you know what, Mike, let's just see everybody in Oxnard. Hey, guys, make sure that you work on your individual drills, and we'll get focused a little later down the line, since they're nitpicking. That could be the situation and scenario. And I'm not sitting here trying to say, hey, I'm just rooting for whatever Jerry Jones is saying and putting a lipstick on the pig. But we do know one thing for sure. The Cowboys, there are always eyes on them. How in the world you get fined for being too physical? Who determines that? Like, who's snitching, man? Who is flat out snitching? Who is watching these practices out there from the NFL and radioing that in and saying, you know what, they too physical. Roger, Goodell, they being too physical. Oh, and at one point, they got fined for coming out to practice too early. You cannot start practice before 11 o'clock. To keep this in mind, Texas is literally the desert. That's what it is, surrounded with like trees that they done planted there and buildings. It's the desert out here.
He ain't lying.
It's better for the Cowboys to get out there to practice early. That's just my defense for all of this shenanigans. Now, granted, when you play or practice inside that little dome stadium, the Star in Frisco, because I'm quite sure that they don't want to go all the way down there to Arlington, because majority of the people that play for the Cowboys, they don't live in Arlington, by the way. You know, you have to be from Texas or be from this area to understand the reason why. And I'm not finna pick at Arlington. Everything is structured different and crazy out here. But that's a story of a different day, Cowboy Nation. This stuff right here, the nitpicking continuing. Remember, in the playoff last season, 14 penalties. And I'm not being the advocate for the Cowboys. No, I'm not saying that they don't do nothing wrong. But it's strange that the Cowboys get these fines, these penalties, and a whole bunch of other stuff that happens that no one else talk about for other teams. That's just what it is. So I know $100,000 may not mean a lot, but we all know, we get it. It could be more than that. That's just what they telling us. The media people is telling us. We know that there's more to this story that's unseen, Cowboy Nation. But that's the breaking news. Flat out, Mike McCarthy probably said, you know what, man, they didn't do all of this in Green Bay land. You guys get penalized for every little thing, because I'm quite sure that's the angle. Post me your thoughts, post me your concerns down below. But this stuff got to stop. Come on, Roger Goodell, leave us alone, man. God dog. Fine here, penalty there, suspension here, and a suspension there. There's always something. I digress. DC for life. Salute.